Hey, what's up? This is another episode of Straight Talk No Chaser. I am your host, Gregory, aka Lee Knows, accompanied by my boy.
It is Mr. Alvarado from the 5280 Colorado, where, by the way, it looks and feels like damn Colorado today. Yeah, buddy. So what's up,
Need to
bro?
change that to Mr. 2930 because
Hey,
it's cold out.
it's about how many inches is on the ground right now. No joke.
So your first official snowfall of the year. It's not even it didn't even hit Thanksgiving yet. I
Nope.
don't I don't envy you. I don't envy you at all.
And in New York, they're reporting 80s. Come on, bro. What's up,
Look,
man? What's up?
let me show you what's going on in my house. I didn't know as soon as it hit November 1st, this is what happened in my house.
Oh, hey, I saw that. Did
Christmas.
you hey, did you break down and put a third tree up? That's what I want to know.
Dude, I mean, did I break down? She's on a rampage. As
Shout
soon as it
out
hit
to your
November
wife, bro.
1st, it
Do
was
it.
she just
Do it.
skipped November, went right to December, bro. We got two trees up right now. She made me order a third tree. If
Yeah,
those who are married understand, you just be like, okay, babe, I just ordered a third tree. It's a
just
small,
do it.
skinny tree for my office. I
Just
can't.
do it.
So
I
yeah,
dig it.
only thing we didn't put up was like the inflatable characters outside. I'm like, it's
Oh, there's
November.
still
Let
time.
let it let this let's marinate. Let
Still
it
time,
marinate.
bro.
Oh man. But this episode is something that we have to touch on because I'm not really on social media. Um I get on there to post something um to skim through, but I don't uh give a lot of my energy to social media. But we've had one of the craziest weeks, right? It was election day.
Oh,
Uh
yeah.
uh the amount of from both sides. If you voted for this president, you're not my friend. I'm unfriending you.
Yep.
I can't be associated with you if you voted for this president. It don't matter if it was him or if it was her. If you voted for, we can't be friends. Now, this went one or two ways. It was, oh my God, I can't believe it. There was arguments. There are still arguments going on right now. And then you have the people like me that are like, thank you. Like, okay, now I know where you stand. Thank you for that. But that's not what this is about. We're not going to talk about those two individuals. We're going to talk about those people who are bold enough to post online. If you didn't vote for this person, we can't be associated together. So the name of this episode is called Until. Until. Because until we do something about our situation, nothing's going to change, right? So, and what I mean by that is voting isn't enough. It's not. Don't get your voice when it's time to vote for somebody in office. Don't have a voice when you see a person who's going to represent what you believe in to stand up and do something or to stand up and be brave. Have that voice 365, 24/7.
Mm.
If you want to see someone represent you, be the person that represents someone who looks like you. Until we change the narrative, nothing is going to change. I hate him. I hate her. Hate yourself. Because
Mm.
until you change the narrative, nothing's going to change. I don't care who you vote for. If we cool, we cool. I got friends on both sides. I don't care what your religion is. If we cool, we cool. I have friends that believe in certain things. I don't judge your life because I'm not perfect. This is what's wrong with the world, John.
Mm.
This is what's
Mm.
wrong with the world. We are so quick to throw up these blockers and hate instead of putting down the wall and spreading love and having understanding. Oh, how are you going to understand that this guy's he has trials and cases and he's a rape? Okay, so your past is squeaky clean. Oh, how are you going to represent her? Okay. So you don't have a past either. In order for things to change, you have to change. Stop waiting for somebody to change it for you. You have people who complain in this life and wait for somebody to give them the hand that they need instead of doing the work themselves with their hand out, trying to reach for somebody to pull them in to them. I'm like, hey, let's do this together, if that makes sense. So that's why this episode is called Until, because until things change, everything will continue to remain the same. And the way I think, I'm gonna open up a can of worms. These people are only just the faces of what's going on. If you think they actually run shit, that's another story. They are just the face. They are just the face. They may have some say so, but if you really knew who said what's going to happen, you would think differently. So that's the topic today, John. I know I didn't tell you, but because I want a real raw reaction until things change, until we change, until people start standing up for themselves and stop looking for somebody else to stand up for them, until we stop dividing ourselves, is a whole bunch. I can keep going. So that's the topic, John. Until, what do you think?
Bro, I knew you were gonna get me with this one. And you know what's funny, man? Until you said those words, I'm like, damn, that's right. That's right. And you know why it wasn't that I was blind to it. It's not that I didn't watch it. It's not any of that, bro. It's just that by the time I got to today, guess what? There was a new narrative already. We're here. It happened. Whatever side you're on, whoever you vote, we're here now. So here's my take on it, bro.
Mhm.
Is I've heard and I've been in conversations where it's man, we're this now. We're screwed now for the next 4 years. For the next 4 years, this is happening. The next 4 years, and you know what goes through my head? What about in the next 4 minutes? What
Boom.
about in the next minute? What's going to
Boom.
happen then? Because again, and one of our boys, Antonio, he said this really dope in one of my calls. This was last year. He said it was so we were talking to somebody, and that person was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to start, probably in at the end of the year," and we were in like August. And he's like, "So what you're telling me is you're going to be there in December. You're guaranteed to be there." And bro, if that's not true, right? So what you're telling me is in the next 4 years, you know exactly what's going to happen.
Nope.
You can tell me verbatim how the next 4 years is going to go in your life. I'm not talking
Nope.
about stuff you can't control, but in your life, what's going to happen right now, today? What's happening today? Can we get past that? And bro, I always say this, man. I always say this because I'm a loving father. I'm a grieving father. I'm a loving husband. I have a wife who is grieving every day. Bro, your narrative changes. And we all have that story in some form or fashion. We all have a story to tell.
Hmm.
So rather than, like you say, worrying about the face of our country for the next 4 years, can you worry about your face in the mirror right now?
Hmm.
Can you do that? And so, bro, that's a heavy one, bro.
Speaking of that name, he was one of the people that got some hate. He didn't share what his beliefs are online. He didn't share who he was voting for online. He just made a broad statement that we should all be able to get along, that we shouldn't judge each other off of who we vote for. And somebody responded to him and said, well, if you voted for a rapist, I guess that makes you a rapist too.
Oh, oh,
What? Like, this is the type of come on. Seriously? Let's be serious. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. So, you drive a certain car. You see somebody on your street, on your block that has a different car, a car that you normally wouldn't drive. You need to get off my block with that car, man. That's not my, I don't like that type of car. You can't be on my block with that type of car. Where you work at? Oh, I don't support Tesla. We can't be friends. I don't support Elon. We can't. You need to unfriend me if you work there. Like, grow up. Grow up. Grow up.
Now, I want to be clear on something too, bro. You can have your differences, right?
100%.
You can have your differences, and this is the thing. Like you say, you have people in your circle, and you talk to them. I have, like you said, I have friends on both sides, and bro, some of this stuff, Lonnie, is lessons learned, bro.
Hmm.
Because I can remember a time in my specific circle where a full blown argument broke out between myself, my wife, and our other friends about politics. We both full blown screaming match. You know what happened, bro? After that, we decided at that point that we would never talk about politics, but we remain friends today. We're still friends, and it was
Yeah.
ugly, dude. It was ugly. Now here's the thing: it's a lesson learned. You know where each other stands. You still love each other. You just know
Hmm.
you can't talk politics, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't cancel people because of that.
Because
Shouldn't
of
have to
their
be there.
beliefs, because of their differences. Absolutely right, bro. Absolutely right. And let me tell you, I haven't, like, this is why politics, religion is so forbidden to talk about and for certain people because people are so damn sensitive.
Yes.
So sensitive because they don't know how to communicate and deal with another person who believes different from them. This is why the world is the way the world is.
Yeah.
It's not because of who's running it. It's
No.
because you're running you.
Yes. Oh, yes.
It's your mindset. Let me tell you what happened after the election. I went to sleep. I woke up. I went to work. I made money.
Agreed.
Let me tell you what happened the last 4 years when the election happened. I went to sleep. I woke up. I made money. I made a better life for me and my family. Let me tell you what's going to happen in the next 4 years. I don't know because I don't know what's going to happen
Oh,
to.
I was waiting for that. Yes.
I don't know what's going to
Yes.
happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen today. I'm just blessed that I got the chance to make this wake up list. That's right. It's a wake up list. If you were blessed to open your eyes and look at this podcast, congratulations. You made it.
Congratulations. You made it.
You made it. You made the list that very few make, but you made the list because there's something that you need to do. There's something that you're missing, something that you need to change, something that you need to correct. And you got the
Damn.
opportunity to do that.
Damn.
Congratulations, you made it.
Bro, everybody has like you said, a wake up list, right? But what's number one on that list? To wake up, right?
To wake
And
up.
so the thing is, bro, is that when everybody's like, oh, you call it a character building day, right?
Yeah,
Well, the cool thing about it is you got that day. Can we just start there? You already won the second these two gifts open up. Talking about these things right here, right? As
bro.
soon as they open up, that's the first win of the day. Put that on the list right away. I woke up.
So that's why, you ever go to an interview, where do you see yourself in 10 years? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I could tell you, I don't know what's gonna what those years, what those days are gonna encompass. I don't know. I don't know. I could tell you what I do know, that after summer comes fall.
Mm.
Right?
After day comes night.
After day comes night. After AM comes PM. I can tell you that. I can tell you that there's a break right in between summer, fall, autumn, and then you get, no, is it autumn then fall? Like, I can tell you that. This stuff I know. That's not going to change. That will always remain the same. Your days, your life, those days will not remain the same.
Mm. Mm.
But they will if you don't do nothing about your situation. Stop waiting for somebody to save you. Save yourself. Stop waiting somebody to
Until
speak. Yeah, stop waiting for somebody to speak for you. Speak for yourself. With the company that we're affiliated with. Oh, I don't see no representation that looks like us. Well, until you become that person that shows that you use it, there goes your representation.
oh, imagine that.
Look how easy that works. Everybody complains, complains, it gives no solution. None. Let me tell you a funny story. Shout out to my barber, by the way. So I booked the early haircut. And I get there. Like I like to do things first thing in the morning, get it out the way. Um, as soon as I get in, he goes, "What's up, Lon?" First of all, I hate when people call me Lon. I hate it. I hate it. Not in a bad way, but like when growing up around Italians, it was always Lon. So
Right.
uh what's up, Lon? Like, what's up, bro? Hey, so what'd you think about the election? Shit. It was like I froze time and I'm like, all right, this is gonna go one or two ways. Either I'm gonna tell him who I voted for, and he's gonna fuck my hair up. And I'm gonna have to find a new barber altogether. Or I tell him who I voted for, and he voted for the same person, and he gives me the best damn haircut he's ever given me in his life. So what do I do? Because I need him to tell me who he voted for first, because I gotta have this, I gotta see how this plays out. So I start, well, it was interesting. And then we started talking. I started breaking things down from both sides, and I told him there are people who look like us because he's Dominican. There's people who look like us that want her to win because they're at a certain stage in their life, they're going through certain things in their life, and then there's certain people that look like us who want him to win because they're at a certain stage in their life, and there's certain things in their life that are different. He goes, I agree with that statement. This is why I voted this way. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, I voted that way too. Yo, John, the best haircut he's ever given me in his life. I came home, my wife was like, your hair's different. I was like, I know, right? Like, it's the best haircut I ever had. But it's crazy. It's funny. I found it funny. I thought of a story. Immediately, because I'm like, just imagine if I said something different and then it was like, yo, what
Hmm.
the heck?
My
But it
bad, you
was
lost an eyebrow.
but it was a good conversation because I'm like, I like that you could talk openly about it. He goes, oh yeah, I don't care really at the end of the day. I just like to have open conversations about it because we don't talk about this type of stuff. The world is so scared to talk about this type of stuff.
Yeah,
And I purposely didn't say who I voted for or because I know people. I'm
yeah,
not dumb. I choose my battles. I told him who I did. I didn't tell you guys because this is the way the world works. Now
yep,
you put me in a category. Now I'm on a certain list. Look, I really don't give what you think, but I'm not gonna put my family on front line. If you want to
right,
knock on my door with drama, then please believe I have friends here waiting for you. But I'm not gonna bring drama to the world.
right.
This is drama enough by talking about this type of
Yep.
situation.
And that's just a choice, bro. That's honestly, I mean, the beautiful part about this
100%.
is that we get the choice to decide how much or how little we want to share. And bro, it's okay. It's completely fine. It's like you say,
That part.
you're thinking about your family. You're
Hmm.
thinking it's not just you, bro. It's not just you. And because you know that, you will well represent yourself
Yep.
to the highest and to the best version of you. Because as soon as you step out the door, you are now representing you and your family. That's it.
Why do you think the polls are covered? They don't let everybody see who they
No,
voting for. That
no.
shit is private. So if you feel the need to share it, if somebody feels comfortable enough to share it, don't make them feel bad for who they're voting for. Don't make them feel ashamed of their beliefs. Don't start an argument because they're different from you. Embrace
I love it.
so let's land this plane because
I love
we could
it.
talk about this all day until you do something about your situation in your community, nothing will change. People always
Mhm.
pray, but only when it's time to pray for something, when something needs change. Nobody just prays just for, thank you or gives praise to say thank you or be grateful, you know? These people are just the faces that you see. They're just somebody to point the finger at to put the blame on. But whatever occurs in your life is your fault to a certain extent because you don't know them. You know
Yep.
you, though. You know your surroundings. You know the job you have to do. You know who's dependent on you. You know what you have to do to make it till tomorrow. So why put that responsibility on them?
Mm,
Why? Until we change, nothing will change. Until we change, nothing will change. There'll always be two sides instead of being one. We're all human beings. Stop dividing us by race. There'll always be two sides. There'll always be feminism. There will always be all these things to divide us. We will continue to look at each other by the color of our skin and not our character.
mm.
Until we change, nothing will change. This has been another amazing episode of Straight Talk, No Chaser. I am your host, L. Gregory, aka Lee Knows, accompanied by my boy.
It is Mr. Alvarado from Colorado, the 5280 man. Thank you guys so much, bro. This was fire. Appreciate you.
Yes,
Until next
sir.
time, bro.
Until next time.